Hello my Dotty family and welcome to my channel. Come and join me on this magical journey through the world of dot art. I'm Zelda from the Faerie realm, and today I want to introduce you to all of the tools that we need in order to do the dot art. I have this kit available in my Etsy store, so it's everything you need. And yeah, let's get started. So first of all, everything to store your tools in is the bag. So I've decided to go with a plastic bag because I realized that as soon as I mess paint on my fabric bags, it doesn't come off. Where here it's quite easy and you can just scrape it off with your nail and then you still have a clean pencil bag. Then after that, of course, you're going to need your brushes. So to brush your piece with, I have a big brush. So this is for the bigger surfaces, like your canvases and your rocks. So this is for all of your background stuff. And then I also have a smaller brush, which we use for all of the touch-up works and little tiny work that you'll see. I'm definitely going to make this use of the small brush of. Then we're moving on to the ruler. So this is a flexi ruler. Ta-da! Look at that. Yeah, it can bend. It can bend around rocks. It can bend around glasses. So any uneven surfaces that you need to mark, this ruler is really, really good at using for that. And that's why I've included it into this kit. Then to pour all of your paints in, I have a little palette like that, definitely making use of this. And also, which is not included in the kit, but what I do is I have a little bowl that I found. And I just put that over there and then I pour it with about halfway water, and that's where I rinse all of my tools. So you're definitely going to need a little bit of water also to clear your tools with. Then I have designed my own stencils. So the small one is for the rocks and smaller surfaces, and the big ones are for your canvases, and you can even extend them to walls. So how these ones work is, say for instance you wanted a 4-section mandala design, then what you would do is you would line the center up with the center of your canvas or your area that you're working with, so where your mandala is going to start, the center point. And then you're going to mark every hole in the 4-lane section, and that, if you take it off after you've marked it and you connect the dots, you will have 4 equal sections, and that's how it works for all of the numbers. So with both of these stencils, they run all the way from 3 sections up to 20 equal sections. This just makes our lives a lot easier than having to divide a circle into degrees and all of that to try and get your sections. So I've just simplified it for you. If you decide to buy the wooden stencils and you'd like to get started in the meanwhile, I also made some downloadable PDF stencils. So I have the smaller one, which is the 1-inch one for the smaller surfaces like your rocks. And then I also have a downloadable file for your bigger surfaces, and this is the 3.75-inch one. So this is a 16 section. They also run in sections from 3 all the way up to 20 for both of these, for the larger ones and the smaller ones. So what you would do is you would mark the center of your canvas, and then you would make a hole, pierce a hole in here. You can do that with your compass, your drawing compass, and then just line that up with the center of your design, and then you would mark where every single line is. Just to get you started in the meanwhile, or if you don't have the cash to spend on the other stencils or the starter kit, then this is an easy, quick way for you to get started as well. What's great about these stencils as well is that you can paint them, you can make them your own. Oops, this is upside down. You can paint them, make them your own. So this is my one that I've decorated. Just look at that. You can have so much fun with it. And I'm sure I'm gonna decorate even some more of them because this is the older one. It's a little bit outdated. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna do more of that. Then the smaller stencil that I designed here is flexible. It's made out of rubber. Okay, I might actually switch the material, but we'll see. So how this one works is exactly like this, but some of these lanes actually have 2 numbers in them. And what that means is, like I've made a little bit of a map here. So if you look at the 10, 20, okay, so this is all color coded. So the outside one is the green one that's got 10 and 20 sections. What that means is that if you mark every single hole in the outside lane, you will get 20 sections. And if you mark every second one, you will get 10 equal sections. So if you wanted 4, you'll do the yellow. 3, I've had to put the blacks in there, like right there, you can see. And then I've got 6, 12, 7, 14, 8, 16, and 9, 18. So that's the amount of sections that I could get into the smaller stencil. Then we're going to need our compass, and this is to draw our circle guidelines with. I don't make use of the graphite pencil, I just use the compass, and then I use the white pencil, which is the chalk pencil, to mark all of my work with. You get them in charcoal and you get them in chalk. These pencils are very, very delicate. If you drop them, they will break off inside. So not a fun idea to do that. So look after your pencils. And also when it comes to the sharpening of it, you're going to need a pastel pencil sharpener in order to sharpen it. If you see that your sharpeners are breaking the points off, you need to replace it. And that goes for the pastel sharpeners as well. So they do get blunt, and when they start getting blunt, they start breaking off the points, and then you just need to replace that so you can get a nice sharp point. Also with these pencils is that if you draw really thick lines with them, it does interfere with the paint. So we always want to keep our pencil sharp and draw very light, fine lines that are not going to interfere with our paint. Then we come to the dotting tools. These are the nail stylus ball tools that we use for our finer work. So here you can see that I've arranged them according to size. So on the one side, they run from big to small. So I'll always tell you which one we're using and which ball side. So this is the large, and then the medium, the one in between, so the second one, and then the yellow one and the second smallest one. And if you turn these around, you can see that all of these balls are the same size. And this I refer to as the all ball side. So when I say all ball side, all you can do is while you're using the one of the specific sides, you can just flip it around and then use the other side like that. Okay, so these are great for making finer pieces with. So I wanted to show you guys what we use the ball tools for. And if you have a look here, you can see those really tiny dots in the center, and those ones over here, that's what I used the small ball tools for on this rock. And then I also painted some pendants like this one and like that one. This was basically mostly done with just the ball tools, so we're definitely going to be making use of them a lot. And then when it comes to painting canvases, you can see that those dots in the center are the really fine ones, which I use the ball tools for. The outside ones I used the bamboo tools for. Then getting to the dotting tool. So I couldn't find any tools that worked for me in my country, which is South Africa. These dotting tools that everybody is buying, I found that they don't run in a nice sequence in size. So they do go from 2mm all the way to 14mm, but I find that there are sizes missing in between, and my petals just don't come out right because they don't flow. Where these tools that I've had made, the bamboo tools, they run from 3mm all the way up to 13mm. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 13. So you don't have any sizes missing in between. Also, they are very different than the dowel sticks. The dowel sticks I find actually sucks up the water and the paint if it's not treated. So I didn't like using that, where the bamboo tools don't do that. The bamboo tools you can clean quite easily as well. So when you have paint build up, you can just use a little brush to scrub off the paint. And then I've marked each of them. in the millimeter of the size that it is. So when I do my videos, I'll refer to the 9mm, the 10mm, so on, that you can know exactly what size it is that I'm using so that you can follow my patterns step by step. What's great about these tools as well is that they have little finger grips. So it just gives you a little bit of better grip than other tools that don't have them. So this is going to go closest to your working surface. Some of my students, they come and then they want to hold the tool like that, and it's almost like you're dotting in the air, which is not going to give you that stability that you want. And then so using it like this is a really, really good way to do it. I want to show you the size difference that these ones create when it comes to dotting. Okay, let me show you. Let's do this test. I'm going to start, I think, with the largest one. Oh, something else. You also just want to have some paper towels handy so that you can dry your tools when you're dotting. And then I have a lot more about the dotting process itself in a video in this playlist. So go and have a look. I also find these tools quite heavy. Yeah, they feel very, very heavy when I'm dotting. Now let's try the bamboo tools and see how they compare. Alright, so there you can see how it compares. And here you can see how it decreases in size quite evenly, or increases depending on which direction you're looking at this from. If you don't have any of these tools or are unable to get them or afford them at this point in your life where you are, what you can do is you can go and find different objects around the house, and then you can just measure them and see that they are exactly that size. So if you look at my 13mm, you'll see that it measures up to 13mm in diameter. So go and find objects that measure from 3mm all the way up to 13mm in diameter, and then you can definitely follow all of my videos and all of my tutorials on this channel. I would like to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope this really helped you out to see exactly what it is that you need to get started in the dotting world. And I will see you guys again in the next video. Stay dotty, stay magical, keep well. Bye-bye. Every single day.